Ninth grade U.S. History, Part 3, number 58 through 86. Chapter 11, World War I. Number 58. Which of the following was not a main cause of World War I? Not. A. American isolation. B. Competition among imperialist nations. Or D. European nationalism. Number 59. The policy that kept the United States out of war for 3 years was called what? What kept us out of war? A. Nationalism. C. Neutrality. D. The convoy system. 60. The reason most Americans felt that the U.S. was forced to enter the war was because of what? What did most Americans think that we were forced in the war? A. The moral obligation that halted the refugee crisis in Belgium. B. The concern over repayment of Allied debts to American banks. Or D. Their outrage over the killings of American ships' passengers. Number 61. All the following are reasons that the U.S. entered the war except. Which one is not a reason we went into war? A. The Zimmerman Note. B. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. Or D. To support Allied nations. We're talking about U.S. Which one was not a U.S. reason? 62. The main contributions of American troops in Europe was what? What did American troops bring to the war? B. The frightening Russia and attacking Serbia. C. The new technology and increased firepower. Or D. Freshness and enthusiasm of the soldiers. Over to 63 on the other column. 63. How did the war affect the federal government's power? A. The war expanded or made the government's power bigger over businesses and the economy. C. The war expanded the opportunity for African Americans and women. Or D. The war limited the rights of ethnic groups. 64. The Espionage and Sedition Acts, the Spy Acts, affected freedom of speech because they A. Forced restaurant owners to offer Liberty sandwiches rather than hamburgers. B. Allowed the government to silence ideas that challenged its authority. Made people be quiet. D. Promoted biased ideas designed to sway people's thinking. 65. An important part of President Wilson's 14 points was the creation of the World Peace Organization known as what? What is the organization called? A. The League of Nations, C. The World League, or D. The International League. 66. The war might have only been fought between two countries, Austria-Hungary and Serbia, if it weren't for what? A. The alliance system, C. The convoy system, or D. Isolationism. Turning the page over to the other side. 67. The Treaty of Versailles would have been more successful in preventing another war if. What should the Treaty of Versailles had done? A. Identified the guilty party in the war. B. Created all nations justly, including the losers of a war. Or D. Harmed any nation that might prove dangerous in the future. 68. Gains made by American women during World War I included. What did women get out of World War I? A. Acceptance as full-fledged members of the U.S. Army. B. The beginning of a movement for women's suffrage, started it. Or D. The increased support for women's right to vote. True or false section. 69. World War I was fought between 1914 and 1918. 70. The immediate cause of World War I was the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. 71. The Great Migration increased African American population of the western farms. Is that where African Americans moved to? And finally, matching section. 72 is the Allies, 73 is Central Powers, and 74 is the Big Four. A, the name used to refer to 1. Wilson, 2. Clemenson, 3. Lloyd George, and 4. Orlando. Who does that match up with? B, France, Britain, and Russia as a group in World War I. What was the name of the good side? C, Germany, Austria, Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire as a group in World War I. What was the name of the bad guys? Looking at the maps, you have two maps. The map on the left-hand side, Panama Canal, and then you also have the key at the bottom where it shows you how long 10 miles are. And then on the other side of the page, you have the shortcut. You have one way going all the way around South America, that's 13,000 miles. And then you have the shortcut going through the Panama Canal, which is 5,200 miles to New York City. 75 says, the map on the left shows that a ship traveling through the Panama Canal to the Caribbean Sea to the Pacific Ocean heads mainly in what direction? What direction is it heading in? If you had a ship traveling through the Panama Canal from the Caribbean Sea to the Pacific Ocean, so you're going from New York City to San Francisco, are you heading to the east, A, to the west, B, or D, to the southwest? Number 76. The canal's length, over on the other side of the page, is approximately what? How long is this length? You're going to have to take out your fingers or use your own and measure it. Is the canal's length A, 10 miles, B, 50 miles, or D, 1,000 miles? $77. How much shorter does the Panama Canal make the trip from NYC, New York City, to San Francisco? So you have to take 13,000 miles and minus it 5,200 miles, and you'll get your answer. Is the answer A, 7,800 miles, C, 10,000 miles, or D, 1,500 miles? $78. Before the canal was built, a ship traveling from San Francisco to New York City, NYC, would need to travel how many miles? A, 5,200 miles, B, 7,800 miles, or C, 13,000 miles. Turning the page over to the graph. On the other side of the page, it has coal production in the United States, 1860 to 1900. Number 79, which decade shows the largest increase in coal production? Which one produces the most coal? A, 1860 to 1870, B, 1870 to 1880, or D, 1890 to 1900? In 1890, how many millions tons of coal did the United States produce? A, 40, C, 160, or D, 240? '81. Between 1860 and 1900 coal production, what happened between these two decades? A, barely tripled. B, rose by more than 10 times. Or C, was cut in half. Turning over to the last section of the test and the last picture on the page. In this picture, you have a door opening up to China, and you have Uncle Sam standing in front of it with the key, and on the key it reads American Diplomacy. And then you have other men from other countries, representing other countries of the world, waiting to get into China. Number 82 reads, 82. To what door is this cartoon open? A, the United States, B, a colony, or C, China? 83. Who is waiting outside of the door? Is it A, the Chinese are waiting to get in past Uncle Sam, B, foreigners, or D, soldiers? That was 83. Now moving on to 84. Who holds the key to the door? A, a French general, B, Teddy Roosevelt, or D, Uncle Sam? 85. What does the size of the man holding the key indicate? Why is he bigger than all the other men? A, he is weaker than all the others outside the door. B, he is stronger than all the others outside the door. Or C, he was equal in strength to the Chinese. 86. What does the cartoon imply about the open door policy? What is the open door policy? What does it imply about it or mean? A, it favored American interest over other foreign interests in China. B, it treated all foreign interests in China fairly. Or C, it weakened American influence in China. You are now finished with this final exam. Please bring your test and Scantron over to the teacher in the room or in the computer lab.